guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this mid-monthly reading for the month of November 2017. Can't believe that we're already halfway through the month of November and nearly at the end of the year. It's amazing. So for this mid-monthly reading today, I will be pulling 3 cards from these 2 decks that you see here. The Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and I'll be using that deck to take a look at the area of love and romance. And then I'll be pulling another 3 cards from the Good Tarot deck, also by Colette Baron-Reid, focusing on the career and finance portion of the reading. For those of you who haven't already taken a look at the monthlies for November, please do. They're already posted. They have been posted on my channel. And the monthly reading is really, it's a very general overview of the energy surrounding each sign for the month. This mid-monthly reading is really more focused on these 2 specific areas. Okay, so if you're interested in just a more general reading, then I'd encourage you to take a look at the, the monthly reading for November. Also, another thing that I would encourage you to do is to watch not just the video for your sun sign, but also for your moon sign and your rising sign. Obviously these are general readings for everybody, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. But when you watch, all 3 videos, they really come together very nicely and sort of offer a more holistic, a very complete, or at least more complete overview of what's going on or the energy surrounding you during that time period. So I would encourage you to do that. If you would, however, like a more personalized reading, right, to focus specifically on something that is going on in your life right now, a decision that you might be looking to make, then you would really need a personalized reading, a private reading with me. If you're interested in that, you can take a look at my site, which is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You'll find information about the types of readings that I offer there and pricing. You can also send me an email, changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And I also would encourage you to join me on Facebook. That way you can send me messages a little easier on there. It's Changing Phases Tarot Readings is my page on Facebook. Right, so let's get started. I will see you in 1 second after the shuffle. Bye for now. Hi Libra, hope you're doing well. I'm here to do your mid-monthly reading for November, focusing on first career and finances, and I have been shuffling off camera, so I will give the cards a couple more shuffles here. So Spirit, what does Libra need to know in the area of career and finance for mid-month November 2017? Career and finance for Libra, mid-month November 2017. What messages does Libra need to hear in the area of career and finances, mid-month November? Okay, so the card that came out first in the past position is the 4 of Fire. This would be the 4 of Wands in the traditional deck. In the present position, we have the 2 of Water. Okay, this would be the 2 of Cups. And in the future position, we have, card number 21, the World card, so Major Arcana. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Messenger of Water. This is a beautiful card. And this would be the Knight of Cups in the traditional deck. Very nice. Let me set those down. And now we're looking for the messages surrounding love and romance for mid-month November for Libra. What does Libra need to know? Oops, sorry. In the area of love and romance Mid-month November 2017, Libra. Love and romance, relationships. Mid-month November 2017. What does Libra need to know? Okay, that's it. All right, so our first card in the past position, we have Truth Be Told. This is card number 14. In the present position, card number 47, Go the Distance. And the future position, card number 6, Not For You. Interesting. Okay, and the card at the bottom of the deck, so the overall energy for these last 2 weeks of November, we have card number 18, which is called Serendipity. Okay, so give me 1 second to position the cards so we can see them a little better, and I'll be right back with the reading. Okay, so Libra, here we go. I set everything up so we can see it a little better here. Your overall energy for the last 2 weeks of November, and I'm beginning with the career and finance spread, we have the Messenger of Water. Now we know that water energy, this would be the cup suit in the traditional deck, and it's a suit that deals with feelings, emotions, how our feelings sort of influence our behavior, our relationships. So it's everything about how our emotions influence sort of the way that we flow through life, right? How we, how these emotions might sort of affect the way that we respond to, interact with other people. And the Messenger of Water in this deck, it's a woman, right? So it's a woman on the card here. In the traditional deck, this would be the Knight of Water. So this could be a person that you're dealing with over the next 2 weeks. If it is, this would be typically, I mean, it's not gender specific, right? So it could be male or female, but typically it would be a middle-aged water sign individual. So this could be, either a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Doesn't necessarily have to be, right? This could just be sort of energy surrounding you. And we know that when the court cards appear in a reading, they either speak of people that we're dealing with, they could speak of events, or just energy surrounding us, right, during the next 2 weeks. And the Messenger of Water is somebody who is kind of the knight in shining armor figure in the suit of cups, in the water suit here. And it's somebody who usually thinks more with, or goes more with, what his heart says as opposed to what his head tells him to do, right? So he's a very romantic person, very romantic figure, somebody who kind of sees the best in other people all the time. There's a lot of love involved, a lot of sort of emotional or heightened emotional awareness. We know that, intuition always also plays in with the cup suit. So if this is a person, this could be, a person bringing in. We typically think of the pages are the ones who bring in messages, and then the knights are the ones who kind of act on it. But this particular card, this could be some type of, arrival or approach, or, a message arriving for you, or some type of invitation or proposition, something along those lines. Since we're dealing with the career and finance part of the reading, even though the suits card does have to do with emotions and feelings, this could be, a new offer coming in during the next 2 weeks that brings great emotional fulfillment, that brings great, happiness to your life. When we think of our careers, this could be just, we can feel very much in love with the work that we do, right? So it could be that you are there's this new offer, a new message coming in that could have to do with, another person, but more in the career sort of, there's a career tie to this offer, right? Or financial tie to this offer. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look at the 3 cards here. We have the 4 of fire in the past position. So, this is the energy kind of coming into the last 2 weeks of November. And fire energy, this would be the wand suit in the traditional deck. And it's a suit that it's about action, right? How we turn our intentions, our thoughts into action. So it's all, it has to do with inspiration, creativity, transformation, initiative, right? And thinking about career, it's the suit that it has a lot to do with the work that we do, right? Our ambition, feeling very fired up, excited about the work that we're doing. With the 4 is a very stable card, right? And it does symbolize sort of new creative phases in our life, celebrations as well. It's a very harmonious card. A lot of times the 4 of Wands is thought of as the marriage card, the sort of happy home life. In this reading, we could look at it as more of some type of stable energy surrounding, something, a creative project or your work, something that you're very, that you feel very, excited about, right? So possibly a new creative project, but it's a very stable energy. So, it's a very positive card to get. So in the past, this might have been, some type of celebration or some coming together of, a creative project or, maybe a new job. But there's a lot of stability around this card, right? In the middle position, which would be sort of the present in our reading, and obviously the present is very malleable because everybody listens to the reading at different times. So whenever you hear the messages, that's really when you're supposed to hear them, right? And with the 4, having the 4 of Wands sort of coming into this 2 of Water, which is the 2 of Cups, which is the soulmate card, again, if this were sort of the relationship portion of the reading, I mean, we have this, this Knight of Cups here, so offering of love, this Knight in shining armor. We have the happy home life, followed by the 2 of Water, which is the soulmate card in the minor arcana. It's I would say that there's lots of good, positive, loving energy surrounding you. If we try to turn this into, or focus on the career, I would say that there is some type of offer, and this offer could have to do with something at a great distance from where you are right now, even, in a different state or a different country, sort of around the world. This could be dealing with people or receiving offers from other places in the world. So maybe the company that you're working for, or if you, work for yourself, this could be you dealing with clients or people from different parts of the world, right? Very at a long distance, great distance from where you are. Going back to the 2 of Water, so, again, this is typically the, thought of as an offering. It's the coming together. It's a very harmonious energy, right? It's the coming together of 2 people who find great sort of harmony and a great relationship between themselves. So this could be, in a work situation, this could be you partnering up with somebody else. This could be, this work relationship that, things are going very well at work. Things are very harmonious at your work, right? You're feeling very, very happy. And then with the World card there, it's kind of the world is your oyster, right? So things are going very well for you. The way that you are viewing sort of your career, the opportunities that you have coming up, everything is very positive, right? And you see that, you are achieving great things. You have reached a certain milestone. There might be new opportunities coming in during the next 2 weeks, but you're feeling, you recognize kind of the outside influence, right? So the role that spirit plays in possibly, putting certain opportunities in your life or in your path at a certain specific time, but you also recognize your own role in this, right? Your own role in working towards what you are trying to achieve right now. So it's kind of this kind of divine partnership, right? If we think about this partnering up here, so partnering up with the divine, with the major arcana card of the world coming in, and just knowing that, uh, there's divine intervention. So even though you do have, actually you don't appear, right? We don't have any air energy here, but this sort of is surrounding you. There is possibly somebody else coming in with some offer, or there's also this divine sort of intervention here with the world card, right? So you could possibly be shifting your perspective on your work right now. So this might be you, receiving an offer that's going to bring more financial stability into your life. But maybe it does involve moving, right? This could involve a move of home, right? With the Four of Fire card, this could this new opportunity, which it seems to be a very positive one, right? A lot of emotional fulfillment surrounding this new opportunity, but it could be at a great distance. So this could be a change of home, a change of location for you, but it seems as though it's a very positive thing. And so if you're considering this, I would say that there's a definite sort of the universe is there. It's kind of backing you up, so trust in it, right? And it's a green light, and we have these beautiful green and blue colors here, so definitely positive, right? Positive things happening on the career front for you. Now, if we turn our attention here to the love and romance portion of the reading, we have as our overall energy another card that does symbolize kind of, this divine timing for things, which is the serendipity card. So this is all about noticing synchronicities, luck and good fortune appearing kind of through signs, through symbols, things magically kind of aligning, opportunities sort of falling out of the sky for us, right, during this time. So pay attention to, first of all, pay attention to signs, synchronicities, right, things kind of that maybe you wouldn't necessarily usually pay attention to, but do try to pay attention to things that kind of happen like that. And with regards to a relationship, this could be, spirit sort of saying, okay, now's the right time for this new person to come into your life. So if you are not already in a relationship, over the next 2 weeks, somebody could be sort of falling out of the sky, right? Coming out of nowhere, appearing in your life. And there might be some type of, serendipitous kind of situation that, maybe you're in a bookstore and, you end up knocking over books and running into somebody, and that it's that person, or maybe you are supposed to catch a flight, and then you end up missing the flight, but end up, running into somebody or meeting somebody while you're waiting for the next flight. It's that type of thing, right? This series of kind of fortunate events that bring this new person into your life. So pay attention to that, right? You might have recently met somebody, right? And so just, I would say pay attention to signs, any type of signs that spirit does present to you during this time. And just know that, it's your luck is definitely on your side, right? Timing is perfect for whatever this is, whatever this new relationship is. And let's see how this plays into the cards here. So we have in the past position, card number 14, Truth Be Told. And this is a card that, it kind of makes me think of a little bit of the Two of Swords, a little bit of the Hangman, right, from the traditional tarot deck, even though these are all oracle cards, right, but some of the messages are kind of, they make me think of the messages contained in the tarot cards. And this is a card that it speaks, well, one, it speaks of honesty, right? Obviously, truth be told, it has to do with honesty, but it also has to do with kind of coming out of denial, right? Accepting things really at face value, and also looking for clarity when you communicate with other people, right? So thinking of what this truth is, when we're dealing with, a relationship, another person, pay attention to, really listen to the words that come out of people's mouths, right? Because maybe, or at many times, we could meet a person, right? And they might be saying certain things to us, right? And we might hear these words, but their actions don't match up. So pay attention to kind of, to the person, to do their actions match up with the words that come out of their mouth. If the person, says, oh, yes, I'm about treating everybody fairly and, something like that, but then you go out to dinner with the person and the person acts like a complete jerk with, the server, it's that type of thing. They profess to be one way, yet their actions don't line up, are not in line with the words that come out of their mouth. So, it's really about you kind of facing the truth, right? Maybe you might have met somebody, if this is somebody that you've already met, and you might have this sort of feeling about the person, right? But maybe you're the person that kind of has this mask. You see there's a mask, and we have the owl perched on top of this mask, and many times we might be fooled, right, by somebody's mask, right, by the words that they tell us. Or, we might at times kind of put on this mask and more like a blindfold and not really want to see how the other person really is, what the person really is. So it's a card that asks us to, really be more attuned to yourself, right? Speak your truth, but also pay attention to other people, right? And what we have in the middle position, in the present, is go the distance. So this is a card that speaks of like that long-term relationship, right? So going the distance has to do with a relationship that has endurance, right? So that person that really is going to be by your side for the long haul, that long-term relationship, okay? So, this could be either you are in a very harmonious relationship that, can really stand the test of time right now, or you're calling in this type of relationship, right? So again, like I was saying here, if you haven't already met the person, maybe through, through serendipity, right, or serendipitous events, somebody might come in, and it says here, that person is really there for the long haul. And it says, really listen with your heart, right? Listen to what this person is all about. But, it says that this person, it could be the person that's really there for the long haul, which kind of goes against what we have in the future position. But I will go back and I'll tell you how sort of the energy that I'm getting off of these cards here, because the card that we have in the future position is not for you, right? And we see here like the fortune cookie, right? Sort of this, taking the fortune and understanding that this one is really, you're not getting it, or it's being denied you for a certain reason, okay? And, the card, what it really has to do with is knowing that there are times, when you really might think, oh, no, that's for me, and this could be outside of the relationship, thinking about relationships. If we think of, say, a job, and we might say, oh, that job is perfect for me, it's perfect. And we might really believe that it's perfect, but, deep down there really might be something that is not that great about the job. Maybe the company has financial troubles and we're not aware of that, and so many times when we receive a no, if you apply for the job and you get a no and you're like, oh, I really wanted it, there might have been a reason for that, right? So there might be a reason, like the universe might be kind of stepping in and saying, no, that's not the right thing for you. We might not understand why at the time, but it's that type of thing. Thinking about relationships, there are some relationships that they're doomed before they even begin, right? They're kind of doomed for failure right from the beginning, right? But maybe we want to believe so so deeply and so fervently in the relationship, and we might really want that relationship, and think the person, have this idea that the person is wonderful, but maybe we're not acknowledging certain red flags. Maybe if we had paid attention a bit more to these red flags, then the relationship, we could have seen that this wasn't the type of relationship for the long haul. This, it really was kind of doomed. And when we see that, when this relationship really is not meant to be, then there's no way for us to really make it be. Okay, so, and just we need to, it's asking us to understand that at times it's sort of the divine, it's the universe in its own way trying to protect us. Okay, so, if this relationship, if you kind of really see this person for who he or she is, right? Maybe you'll be able to understand why that this person is not the right one for you. This isn't the person to kind of stay with you, and the relationship really doesn't have that much of a future. So, in that case, then, maybe it's best to just sort of cut your losses, walk away, understand that something better is coming up for you. If we look at this card, here's the overall energy. This could be, we could look at this a little differently and think that, okay, well, maybe, you did realize or find out a truth about somebody that you were in a relationship with, right? You figured out that that person was not for you, right? The relationship really did not have staying power, but something else, will appear. There will be some type of, out of the blue kind of moment or event that might bring this new person into your life. Okay, so this could be, this would be left in the past, and this new opportunity will be coming in that is really more in line with, what the universe wants or has in store for you, as opposed to this, which you might have been trying to force, but really it was not the right relationship for you. So if that's the case, just know that, whoever comes in, whatever new thing might appear for you. And I feel like this is more to do with, people who either recently got out of a relationship or are currently not in a relationship, looking, or maybe they don't know that they're looking, but, they're not currently partnered. This could be somebody coming in. So pay attention to any type of serendipitous, signs, sort of synchronicities, things like that, and know that, that new person or that new relationship is more in line with, your higher self, and the universe is just really kind of trying to protect you and bring somebody into your life who is going to, contribute and add to your life, as opposed to, take away from it, right? Somebody who's not the right relationship or person for you. Okay. I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. Please do check out my channel. In about a couple of weeks' time, I'll be posting the December general readings, and in the month of December, I will also be posting a 2018 yearly overview. So that will be an additional reading that I will put out during the month of November. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of the month, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.